Hi, gentlemen. So today we have with us Neil from Geochem. He's the big boss of the company, and we would like to hear his views about this sudden problem that came upon the sesame industry last year, the ethylene oxide, and how did your laboratory cope up with that in such a short time and make sure that we comply with everything that the European Union needed. And although it was a new thing for us, everything was put in place very quickly, and the learning process, how was that for you?
So firstly, good evening. It's great to be back over here at the IOPPC conference in person after a really long time. So in the European Union, you have from time to time uh, new issues that come up because they are going on doing research on their products for food safety. Um, there are times when I remember long back there was an issue with Sudan 1 in spices. This time it's been ETO and sesame seed. It doesn't take everybody to spoil the broth, but sometimes you have a one-off consignment which has an issue which has gone to Europe and it's been tested and some issue has been detected, and then it's an SOS situation, right? There's red alerts, there's callbacks and takebacks and all those kind of things. At Geochem, we work with a philosophy to support the industry, to support our customers, the trade, and we've been so experienced in doing what we're doing, so we understand from a European perspective the importance of validating methods, of doing correct sampling, for robustness of methods, and following all these protocols wherein you're absolutely sure and right and correct in terms of the results that you're actually giving. So our team worked with the standards that were available. I think there was no concrete standard as far as ETO was concerned, and results were kind of published without having the kind of backup that should have been there. So we worked with the issue, we worked with the molecules in question, did the right form of validations. We then cross-checked those validations with the European counterparts. IOPPC did a fantastic job in coordinating, Mehul, you and your team and everybody else. I think a committee was formed in the European Union as well.
Yes.
These guys then did cross-checks of samples. Finally, validation of methods took place, and now we have a standard method like how we have for aflatoxin or for pesticide residue or something of that sort. And that's how we pushed ourselves to work fast to support the industry.
Oh, yes, it was fabulous enough to have everything done on the board within 3 months. And coming to the next question, in terms of technology and experience, how far ahead do you think India right now is and effective for the food safety and for all the products in general that India can supply to the world? Do you think we have that added advantage now to take that next step?
So I think, Mehul, we've had this advantage with us for a very long time. We've been working with the exporters for, I don't know now, 50 odd years. In the past 20 years, we've seen a lot of change taking place. What used to be a very important physical condition of cargo and basic parameters like oil content or FFA or things like that has now gone down to pesticide residues with PPB levels. Once upon a time used to be PPM levels. So I think technology is available over here. You need to have, more important than just the equipment, is very, very good trained people, and to ensure that they are well practiced in doing what they're doing and following the international norms of validation, and it's all available. So yeah, I think India is as good as any European laboratory or American laboratory or any other first world laboratory, because we have the technology and the trained personnel available over here now as well.
So for all that you people out here listening to this, we've got the best with us and our old-time friend Neil and our old-time patron. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you.